What's cooking, folks? Vermillion Phoenix here, and today we're jumping into some Orcs Must Die Unchained. This time, we are going to be visiting the throne room, and this is part of the Deadeye playthrough. Gonna jump into that a bit more and see how she deals against soldiers. As far as, my particular feelings on the matter, soldiers are one of the most annoying enemies to fight in the game, and how a hero fares against them generally determines how they'll deal with some of the more difficult maps in the game. Things like Frostbite Fortress, especially the Endless version, are some of the more difficult ones to do just due to the low trap cap and the damage reduction abilities of soldiers, barbarians, and everything that has the steady or sturdy ability. I think this is the build that I normally use, except no, hero seeking traps don't really do too much here. Grinders would help, and I think I will put those on. And for the most part, that is it. Wall building PhD will be helpful against the firelings. We're using a ranged character, so let's go with Feeling Fierce. We don't want to be stuck with too much happening with bear hugs and me getting close to enemies too often. But either way, let's jump in and see what this looks like.
Raps, screaming and hollering. Feels like I'm finally home.
So apparently Deadeye likes to scream and holler. Gotcha. Alright, so one thing that we do know about soldiers is just that they
This'll keep 'em guessing.
do worst against damage over time or repeated instances of damage than they do just, pure slows or anything like that. So I took Overachiever as one of the weavers here. We're going to grab Spring Loaded because that should immediately help with everything that we'll have to deal with from them. We're going to block off that side and this side early.
Fine day for a massacre.
Actually, you don't even need to block off the rear. We're going to use the rest for traps up front. Now, after this gate opens, this is counter to what I usually do, but after the gate opens, the floor scorchers will be able to burn enemies coming up those stairs right outside there, and that actually helps out quite a bit. So we're going to set that up there. We have our gear for a lot of additional damage over time effects. The dots from fire bracers, fire wall bracers should actually be pretty good here. Alright. Here comes the big boys, or big bears. Alright, burn them, bomb everybody, and then we start gunning them down with the AoE damage. Good stuff, good stuff. I'm actually going to try something here that I don't normally do. See how it works. Alright. That is cleaning soldiers up. Extra nice. Well, she is an anti-order. Well, she's an Unchained hero, so I guess that's not bad at all. Now, this is just to see if enemies can path around that and up the stairs. If they cannot, then that'll be pretty interesting. I might want to reverse the order of the tar and the floor scorchers. At the top though, based on where that bear was going, I'm going to assume that they can. Yep, looks like that's probably useless. That's exactly what they do in fact. Alright. It doesn't look like a lot of them do it though. Okay. So that's pointless. Just wanted to give it a quick shot to look at the pathing. Sell that. Alright. Oh, no, move it up. Burn, burn. And stuff like this that can actually wind up costing you your time here. Whoops. Pushed the wrong key. Alright. Now you actually have a small period of time due to just these guys having to get out of the gate there. Alright, so Whoa. Okay, that was close. Very close. Alright, good. So the second one. Alright, he should knock me one more time. Managed to hit the barricades. That's okay. And I blocked that off, so I'm good. Now, let's see if we can set up the shooting gallery properly. And ready, steady, fire wins. Alright. So, Deadeye's AoE attacks from Infamy, like, definitely shine through against soldiers. Very well, very well. Like, much better than I initially even expected. Grouping them up definitely does you a ton of favors. Let's go ahead and get the grinder started. We're going to add the Bleed to Razor Weed Wind. Razor Weed Rend. Because I can never say that without getting tongue-tied. And I'm going to see how this goes. Now, I'm probably going to lose that barricade because of the bouncer bear. That's okay. Not super worried about it. These floor scorchers are going to do me wonders, though. I need to do a couple things in here. Namely, we want to do something like that. And then we can probably do this too.
Pretty dastardly, if I do say so myself.
That seems to be the way the enemies will group. We're okay with that. Alright. Giants took enough damage while going through the gauntlet back there to speed ahead of the crowd. That should actually help me out by me not having to worry about spending a lot of my resources trying to gun them down. And because I was lucky enough to pick off that dwarf shaman there. Ooh, these guys are late. The giant lost his armor. Yep. Okay. I think I might be a little bit behind here.
Wait till they see this.
I'm going to use the usual flip here. Alright, so that should give them a good amount of everything to deal with. We're going to make sure that they are very much on fire as well. Alright, so everything here is bad. Let's buff whatever we can. Rock that boss. Deadeye's combat roll feels really good. Out of the way.
Our heroes destroyed the unstable rift, and there was much rejoicing.
Ban it, the hammer.
It is effectively a lesser version of Gabriella's Blink with offensive buffs instead of a health buff now. Either way, I really like it. Okay, we're going into 6. 6 really shouldn't be a big deal. Let's see, shouldn't be, but I'm probably going to have to add some slows. Oh, here, oh no. Okay, these guys are going to try to run through. Can't let that happen. I need somebody. Alright, we're going to go with the cook. Alright, so up here, since I have all of those lovely haymakers up there, they're going to catch the light enemies. The Dragon Lances should be able to help out with the heavy ones. Yeah, the Firelings that are going to come through from the Fire Elementals are going to wreck things here. It's not bad though. Better they eat up some of your coin than actually try to kill your hero, because that would be a lot. Of course, you could try to damage through them, but depending on the hero that you're playing, that could be... It would have varying results, I'd say.
On a roll.
Now, this is the wave where everything takes a really long time to actually get through, but then eventually everything should be coming through at once.
Might be a fine day for a massacre.
Alright, so gonna add that there. these guys are completely taken care of, no problem. Let's see what we can do about softening up this giant horde before they actually become anything of consequence. We're going to go with the dot on the bomb again.
This'll keep 'em.
Because of how narrow the tracks are here, the bramble on out of the way isn't really a bad choice either. Alright, let's just mash that immediately so that we can get this started.
That's pretty dastardly if I do say so myself.
Okay.
Wait till they see this.
Now, just because of
This'll stop.
the there was a change to the floor scorcher. It deals more damage. Whoa. Deals more damage now. However, it fires less often. My floor scorchers should have some parts in them that allow them to fire more often. They're also a bit more expensive, but they also have a discount, so they're only slightly more expensive in the end. But it's important to realize that because anybody without that specific combination of parts will likely be getting more DPS. One of the things that I want to demonstrate in the trap videos when I have the time to test it is the DPS increases, and I think, ooh,
The enemy's boss is dead.
oh, gotta make sure that they don't get that bonus HP or whatever Sarge offers. That's just gonna waste my time. Okay. Another experiment. Let us try
Yeah, right there.
that.
Killbox is shaping up real nice.
Our barricades are under attack.
Of course they would, right there. Not a bad thing.
They've destroyed our barricades.
Alright, that's kind of bad.
Paying off.
I don't have a teleport ring right now, and I need to get over there and see exactly what they're trying to do.
Our barricades are under attack.
I think the main issue...
Destroyed our barricades.
Yep, which ones? Not the important ones. Okay, that's good. Alright, he destroyed the last fire elemental that was down here. I'm gonna rebuild that one. We got a good amount of time here. So, worst case scenario,
Boss minion has been
Unchained
taken down.
here,
Our barricades
and I
are
think I'll be alright. Alright, firelings everywhere, tons of damage on me.
Can't win with just arrows.
Alright, not as bad as I expected. Doesn't seem like the firelings are attacking the barricades as much as I expected them to initially, but they are doing it.
Killbox is shaping up real
And I gotta get back
nice.
there really quick.
Our barricades are under attack.
Alright, just for anything that might get past the Guardian. Oh no, they didn't make it. Okay.
I'll fill your guts full of arrows.
Whoa, okay. Dodge that. Good. One thing that I think is interesting is that for whatever reason, the mage's trajectory tracking will sometimes like just go into a wall. And I think one of the things necessary to make fire mages like truly threatening would be to make sure that wherever their attacks are aiming, that they never cut off their like line of sight. Like they actually make sure that if they're going to fire a wall that will no longer reach the player's position, that they make sure that they fire through an opening. I mean, that's more a difficulty increase than anything else. Alright, now here's the first place I think we would actually get the chance to try clear them out in a good place. I don't have the best setup for it because actually it's not an amazing one, but because some maps would allow you to do a much better funnel than this. Alright. Alright, let's go ahead and add that.
Quick, destroy it.
Don't mind if I do. Gotcha in my sights.
Alright, that rift is back there anyway.
Well done. The unstable rift has been destroyed.
Well, I guess we won't get to try it out right now since that kobold distracted the crap out of me. We might still be able to 5-star this though, because it looks like infamy has like ran through the soldiers like a hot knife through butter. Like, wow. Alright. Yeah, that's a lot of good damage. Gotta keep rolling for that DPS bonus.
Final wave.
Alright. Final wave's a little long on this map. And it's mainly because there's like a staggered wave in the rear. For what reason, I don't know. Can't tell you. Just the way it rolls. Just trying to find a way to roll without going into the enemies and taking a lot of damage, or rolling my way off the map. I think that worked out. Yeah, you guys are just gonna have to die to make sure you don't go anywhere. Alright, this area is clear. I would like to have them all just kind of line up here and then gun them down with ready, steady fire, but
Cold blood.
The boss minion has entered the
alright.
battlefield.
Hello, Lysander. Lysander isn't the last wave of enemies though. He comes through with the group and then
Boss minion defeated.
there's another group of bears and such that comes up behind them. I love the fact that you can fire the bouncing bomb in the air. That is great. Of course, you can't ready steady fire in the air or combat roll. Actually, the only thing that you can do in the air is a primary attack and the bouncing bomb. That's okay, but
Get your boots on.
I think you could probably allow her to cast the brambles in the air.
We won again. Maybe I should give you Sidewinders a race.
Alright, there we go. So yeah, it looks like Deadeye definitely shines against soldiers. That was about 1,000 enemies almost. Pretty nuts. Let's see what drops out of this chest. Nothing I needed. Lovely. Okay. Damage dealt by traps. She almost evened out the trap damage. And I think it's important to note the trap damage against soldiers generally doesn't work well in bursts. So dots or fire and arcane traps generally tend to be a bit better. But that has definitely worked out. So yeah, versus Order or Barbarians, which are the guys in Frostbite, Northmen, is what they call them. They definitely seem to not handle Deadeye well, which is really good. That she does well there, and I'm glad. But either way, that's going to be it for this. We're going to move on to the restricted section, which is always an interesting map to see how Deadeye handles it. I know there's a couple of ways that you can get that with a lot of like straight paths. And I guess I'll see how well that works out for her. But yeah, that one should definitely be fun. I guess I'll see if I can try something new there. But I'm still going to try to 5-star it. Either way, I sincerely appreciate you guys for watching this. If you learned anything or this helped out at all, that is great. Feel free to leave me a comment. Anything you want to know about the game, want to see, or may expect, that's perfectly fine. And overall, just hope you guys have fun playing it. As always, until next time, have a good one, folks.